We're gonna head out of our Airbnb. So it was fun while it lasted. We never turned on the huge TV. Isn't that sad? Bye. The cleaning lady was waiting for us. Probably wondering when we're getting out because we left like a minute before checkout. The view. We're heading out of the building. Now we just have to order a Bolt. If people are wondering if they should come to this museum, what would be the reason you say they should come? Out of curiosity.
For a visitor to come?
Mm-hmm.
The curious, many of them is because they have watched the movie Out of Africa and read the book. Have you watched it?
No.
Okay.
I'm here because we were on a trip and other people came and said how nice it was here. And so we said, that's why I'm here.
Then you decided to come?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Do you prefer in the shade or the sun?
The shade for me, and I think for him too.
Yeah. I would melt. Thank you.
So, I'm going to give you a brief history of Karen. Okay, so the museum is called Karen Blixen Museum. From Karen. Karen was the one who lived here in this house. It's a house museum.
Wow.
Yeah. So Karen was born in the 17th of April, 1885 in Ramstedland, Denmark. And she was the second born in a family of 5 children. Her parents were called Wilhelm and Ingeborg Dinesen. So at the age of 10 years, her father died and she was homeschooled by her maternal grandmother and her aunt called Mary Bess until the age of 18, when she later went to Royal Copenhagen Academy to study literature and fine arts. And later she went to advance her studies in Rome, Italy and Paris, France.
So you learned about Karen Blixen. This is her house. And she lived here with her Danish husband. He was a baron because she wanted to be a baroness, but he was unfaithful with her, and so they got a divorce. She was with her lover, but he died in a plane crash, and then the land wasn't producing like it should have for coffee, so she went bankrupt and went back to Denmark, and it went through different hands. Eventually the property was bought by the Danish government, and the Danish government then gifted it to the people of Kenya to be used as a college. So next door is a college for men and women for medical school, but here's the museum. So I can take videos and pictures outside, but not inside, because I want people to come and view it for themselves. But it's really lovely. You have a full tour with information.
Bogani House, the current museum, where she stayed for 14 years. Here we have a pseudo house. It was a farm manager's house and it was also a farm office. We have squatters' huts. So Karen set aside some portion of her land for her workers to construct their houses, and they were located there. We have Karen Dukas. So Duka is a Swahili word meaning shops. So the local shops are located there, and currently it's the Karen Shopping Center. We have dams built by Karen Blixen during the dry season. And the 600-acre piece of land that they planted coffee, it was on the other side of that road over there. We have a school that Karen built for the local children to get education. And we have a landing field. So whenever Dennis came to visit Karen, he used to land here. And when Dennis died, he was buried here at the first ridge of Ngong Hills, just as he wished. So here we have a coffee factory. About the coffee factory, in the early 1920s, Karen's younger brother, known as Thomas Dinesen, came to Kenya to help her establish a coffee factory. but upon completion, it was burnt down by a fire accident. And this is because the Maasais who resided nearby, during the dry season, they used to burn dry grass so that new grass could sprout for their cattle. So when they were burning the dry grass, accidentally the coffee factory caught fire and it burnt down. Any question about the map?
We toured the house, but couldn't take any pictures or videos. Now we're walking over to the coffee mill. This is the K7 coffee tree, and then Arabica. I'm trying to show some butterflies. They were landing on the machinery, but now they're in the grass. I finished the tour here at the Karen Blixen Museum, and I think if you're thinking about doing it or not here in Nairobi, I would recommend it. If nothing else, the grounds are so beautiful. It's really nice to see a beautiful part of Kenya and Nairobi. There's lots of other things in the area, so you don't just see the museum. There's other things to check out. Also, you learn about her life. You learn about how she wrote East Out of Africa. They talk about the movie, how it was used, the building was used for filming. It was really nice. So if you're thinking about checking it out, I would recommend it. Here we have one of the most successful predators in the animal kingdom, not just one of the most successful animal. I was on a safari and asked my guide this question, and he didn't know the answer because I told him, I said this would be the last thing I would imagine as being the most successful predator, but it's a dragonfly. Over a 90% success rate. I learned that from my nephew actually. But this dragonfly keeps on hanging out on this stick, so I wanted to show him to you. I'm here at the Karen Blixen Museum in Kenya, but this dragonfly is really cool and really nice thing to check out, meaning he's actually hanging out long enough for me to show him to you. Thought I'd talk a little bit more about her life. So she was born in Denmark and was so famous that there's actually a couple of Danish stamps that were made for her. And then there's also, she was on their banknotes as well. And unfortunately, her husband gave her syphilis, and so she never had children, and she died from malnutrition at the age of 77, and partially because of syphilis. And so it's unfortunate, obviously. She did have a lover, but they never married, and he died in a airplane accident. When he was flying from Mombasa to come and visit her, he crashed. So he had kind of some sad things and heartache. And this house where I'm at, she only lived here for, I think she said 14 years, something like that. It wasn't a huge, meaning it wasn't like the majority of her life, but she really loved Kenya. She wanted to stay here. She had to leave because they weren't profitable with coffee, which is what they're trying to grow here on the farm in 6,000 acres. And then her lover died. She'd been divorced from her husband because he was cheating and gave her syphilis. And so, you know, things weren't easy for her. She had to sell this property. And then she went to Denmark, and that's when she wrote Out of Africa, and they published it. And it's her most famous work. There was one book that was published after she passed away by her family, but she didn't produce a large body of work. And when she was alive, it wasn't published under her own name. Her 2 books that she published, she had a pen name. So I thought I'd talk a little bit more about her. But if you're thinking of coming here, I do recommend it. It's great. They give everybody a tour when you enter, and then it's a tip-based tour. So if you have the time, I recommend checking it out. Going back to the airport, it says there's a friendly security check ahead, so we shall see. We had to get out of the vehicle to go through the security checkpoint, then he'll meet us over on the other side. We made it through security, or I did, and I was waiting on my dad. We're gonna go get our Uber over here. We made it through security, and now we're headed to the airport terminal. Back to Jomo Kenyatta Nairobi International Airport. Again, we see our wildebeest friends. Cheetah. Our flight isn't until later, so I have lots of time to hang out. When we first arrived, we met our safari guide over here. We got here early to the airport, and our flight is already delayed by a couple hours, so hopefully that will happen. It's going to continue on tonight. But anyways, I saw this sign here which tells you where to go. It's so convenient. I wish more lounges had these kind of signs. It tells you which lounge passes you can use with it, and it also tells you where to find it. It says Terminal 1E after Gate 4. So it's easy for me to know then. So that's pretty cool. I'm just waiting for the guy to come hang out from security. Nice artwork. And hopefully they let me in. Because we're supposed to be able to be there for 3 hours maximum, but sometimes they tell you like, oh, it has to be 3 hours prior to your flight. So we'll see what they say. For the lounges, we're going to go try to check out the Spire Lounge and the Turkish Airlines Lounge. Made it to the entrance to the Spire Lounge. It's over by gate 11. So the question shall be, will they allow me entrance this early before my flight? The answer is I don't know. Like I said, I think they should be able to, because it says 3 hours. It doesn't say 3 hours prior to your flight, but I won't know until I try. It's looking pretty empty, so hopefully they're cool with it. We now have the moment of truth. Will they let us in? Dun dun dun. We made it to the lounge. She was so nice. She said we had to leave in 3 hours, which is I completely understand and expect. But I thought I'd look at the lounge real quick. I sat at a table with food. Oh, how lovely. They have beef samosas with tamarind sauce, tuna melt pastry, Swahili chicken roll, mild spiced avocado tartlet, veggie samosas, potato leek soup, barbecue beef, chicken strips, glazed carrots, tamarind potatoes, lentil, fried rice, potato salad, Asian coleslaw, chocolate fudge cake, and blueberry gâteau. And then they have soft drinks over here, potato chips, spiced nuts, alcohol, flavored water, oat cookies, and coffee. Alright, we're heading to the lounge. I'll give this back to you. Thank you so much. It was so lovely. Now we're going to check out lounge number 2. Let's check the board.
You want to go in and check it?
No. Yeah, it's still saying delayed, so. Just checking that our flight's still delayed. We're going to try to check out another lounge, which is supposed to be over by gate 4, but I lost one. We're gonna go look for lounge number 2, which is the Turkish Airlines. And that's the one that they had the sign for when we came into the airport. I know it says by past gate number 4. Here we are at gate number 10. So We're gonna go check it out. We have an intermission with this artwork here on our way to the lounge. I like it when airports have some kind of interesting thing to look at. I'd rather that than white walls. Made it to the Plaza Premium Lounge. But there should be a Turkish Airlines lounge too. Looking at my flight, let's go check out the food. They have prayer room. We're sitting in the lounge area back there. I should show it to you in a moment. But in the meantime, let's look at what drinks they have. They have Coke, Sprite, Fanta. Oh, raisin cookies, vanilla cookies. Ooh, some really lovely teas. Like that looks really nice. Coffee machine. Brownies, mini cheesecake, yogurts, some cold stuff. Ooh, a nice salad. Cucumber, burrata, tomatoes and onions, watermelon, muskmelon. Sterling local curry chicken.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening. I'm just looking for, thank you so much. Some alcohol, chips, and nuts. They have soft rolls, leek and celery soup. Oh, it says Kenyan malva pudding, marble cake slice, carrot cake, juices. The black sesame, pumpkin seeds, worm seeds. I'm guessing for, I'm not sure what this stuff is for, maybe for your soup, to add your soup. Pretty good assortment. And we're sitting over here. I've had my time of enjoyment at the lounge, and if our flight leaves when it says it's going to leave, we should start walking over. So it's a lot busier here than when we arrived. That I do one last little pass by. These are all the foods I could have eaten, and I didn't. At this location, you have to pay for a shower, and their board today says $15 in case you're looking to have a shower here at the lounge. But that was Plaza Premium. Plaza Premium Lounge. So if I was here in Nairobi and choosing between the Plaza Premium or the Aspire, I'd probably go over to the Plaza Premium. Just a little bit nicer feel. It's a larger lounge as well, so you have a better chance, I would think, of getting a space there. I've made it to my gate, and I'm assuming they'll do a document check. It still says it should leave in 45 minutes, but they're not boarding yet, so I'm not expecting that. But anyway, it doesn't say delayed again, so that's good. It's looking like our gate is boarding, so we're gonna get in line. People seem to be a bit freaked out. This is gonna be airline number 9, which is pretty crazy to think about. We're already at 9, just 6 more to go, and it's Kenya Airways. So heading over to Mumbai. I think we might leave by midnight. We'll see. Depends on when we can actually get on the plane. Here we have my seat. I have a window, and you can see there's a pillow and a blanket. We'll see if we get lucky and have an empty seat between us. I got meal service. You can choose vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Fish, a roll, and dessert. I'm gonna see what the fish looks like.